Alright guys, we're going to do one side at a time. The first thing you want to do is, safety is very important. Get the car jacked up, put it up on a jack stand, and this is equally important. This car is rear wheel drive. So, this driveway is on the incline, it's going down. If you pick up the back of this car, this thing is going to roll off the jacks, and you don't need that. So what we got up in the front, we got some big blocks of wood, 4x4, blocking off the front tires. Alright. Each tire is held on by 5 21mm or 13/16 lug nuts. This one has a lock on it also, but it's still the same size. So we're going to go ahead and get these off, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to do is called the Timmy towel. Yeah, patent pending, patent pending. Yeah, what you're going to do is, here's your master cylinder right here, the reservoir. Take the cap off. Now, when we're going to start doing the rear brakes, we're going to start pushing the pistons back. And I'm going to show you what that means. But as we're pushing the pistons back, fluid's going to start coming up here. If you have this cap on, there's a good chance that you're going to damage that master cylinder. And by the time you're done, you ain't going to have no brakes. So you got to make sure you relieve that pressure. Now, by doing that, this brake fluid is going to rise, and you don't want it to spill all over and look nasty and go over the engine and cause a fire or anything. So what you want to do is the Timmy towel. You can use some paper towel. You just slightly ball it up and stick it right in there. And you definitely want to use paper towel, because paper towel is porous, so it won't seal the system off. So in this way, when the fluid rises, the paper towel will soak it right up. Alright, let's get over there and start removing these brakes. We'll be right back. Okay, here we are. We're on the driver's side. Here's the caliper. You're going to have this clip going across. Don't try to remove that, or you're going to damage something. Then you got 2 slide pins going all the way through, and here's the tip of those slide pins right there. There's 1 and there's 2. Now these slide pins go in, and what they're held in by this big like spring right here. So what you're going to need first is a pair of needle nose, and watch carefully that the end of that spring, that clip goes down. It goes down, and then it goes at an angle into a hole of the pin. So watch when I remove this one. You want to grab that, make sure you can get a good angle at that, and then pull it outward until it pops out. Same one over here. Until it pops out, just like that. Now the next thing you want to do, you can probably take the same needle nose and just right here push that pin out, push that pin out, and on the other side, you know what guys, let me get a mirror so you can see what's over here. Be right back. Alright guys, you're looking through the mirror, you can see there's 1 pin right there and 1 pin up there, and that clip goes around, go up under each pin. So let's just, well, let me put that down now. This one. Now that we got that out, we're going to slide our pin out. Now, see how this clip is moving right here? This one, the clip is going to move. So just keep on sliding that pin out. Slide right out of place, just like that. Our other one should come off. Set that down. This clip is not going to come out yet because it's still got a, well, we did come across there. That's cool. Got that out. Let's get our other pin out. Now we are not going to remove the brake pads yet. We can actually take them out probably if we squeeze them together and all. But now we need to push those pistons back into place. And how you going to do that? We got 2 methods. One, the screwdriver method, what I like the best. You want to stick the screwdriver between the brake pad and the rotor, and you want to slowly get that back. Do not go between the caliper piston and the brake pad, or you'll damage the seal right there. So you want to go on this side, make sure you push it back to get that rotor in there, get that screwdriver in there, and then slowly push back. And as you're pushing back, brake fluid is going through this brake hose through the brake system and out up through the master cylinder. That's why you got that off. You want to pry that back till it can't go no more. And then you can actually take that one out. But let's see if this one over here. Let's see, make sure this is not a dual piston caliper, which it is. So now that means we got a piston over here and a piston over here. So what I'm doing now is pushing that one back. Now watch, look what happens. As I'm pushing this one back, that one came out a little. So that's when you're gonna probably need 2 screwdrivers. 1 holding that one in and 2 holding that one. And bring both of them back till they stop. Once they stop, you can slide your brake pads right out of there. Now, if you were doing brake pads, you'd be almost done right now. But we are not, because we're going to be replacing the rotor. So we got to now remove the caliper and bring it off to the side. Now your caliper is held on by 2 17mm bolts. Can you see it? Mm-hmm. One right there.
Oh, wait a minute, look at the wrong thing. Can you point at it again?
We'll see a little like 11 on it or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's one. And down below, you'll see the other one looks like a number 11.
Okay.
All right, so let's get our tool and we'll be right back. All right, guys, now those 2 bolts are kind of tight. Those 17mm bolts are kind of tight. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have some good leverage. So I'm using a 17mm shallow socket, 1/2 inch drive, and my big 1/2 inch drive ratchet. And what I'm going to do is go in here, I'm going to hook it onto one. And that's all I want to do is loosen it up. Then I'm going to go down further and hook it into the second one. Get it loose. Once I got that loose, it's time for the big bill ratchet. Put the 17mm shallow 3/8 drive on. Then I can go in there and take them right out. So let's get both of them out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm on my last bolt at the bottom and already my caliper's loose. So I wanted to show you this part right here. So as I remove that last bolt, do not let this caliper hang or you can damage that hose. So we're going to take that bolt out and pick up your caliper and hold it right, hang it right up there. Now, inside here I'm going to show you the pistons. There's the piston. There's one right there. And turn to the other side and there's the other one. Those are the things you're pushing back and you can see the boot right there. That's why I didn't want you to put the screwdriver on that side, because you can damage the boot. All right, let's set this down, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, there's 2 ways of getting this on. 1, the Barbarian way, and 2, the Astral way. 1, the Barbarian way, you need a big hammer. You take a big hammer, and you constantly hit the rotor, take a chance in damaging anything and breaking whatever up. Eventually, though, the rotor will pop off there. Or, number 2, the Astral way. You want to grab 2. This is about 3 inches long 8mm thread bolts, and you see those 2, that's why they put those 2 thread holes right there. You put them in, start them off, and as you're tightening these bolts up, it's going to push against the hub and pull the rotor off. So they're 13mm, I believe it's 13mm. Yeah, 13mm. Got the pole driver. Got the pole driver with a 13mm socket, 3/8 drive, and as I go to tighten it up, notice how that rotor is starting to come off. There we go. That's the Astral way. All right, let's go get us a new rotor, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our new rotor. We are ready to go. Let's take our rotor out, and what we're going to do, some of your rotors might have this stuff on it. That's shipping in case it's shipped to an area with a lot of moisture, rust get on it, so you gotta clean it up and all. What you do, that's all you do, is take a rag with some carburetor cleaner and clean it up nice and easy. All right, so let's get this cleaned up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are ready to go. Definitely you want to do that. I mean, you really don't have to, but I like to, because this stuff, you don't know how caked up it is on some spots, and the wheel bolts up against that, and you do not want anything to, you want to make sure that wheel is bolted up flush and not lean to the side, or you're going to have a shimmy going down to the road and you're going to wonder what happened. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, take our old rotor, and over here you're going to see this little rubber plug. I'm going to pop that plug out. This out of here. Get a screwdriver, pop that plug out, get the new one. Either one of these holes you can pop it into. And what this is for, this is just like a dust cover to adjust your emergency brakes. Alright, let's put our rotor on. Perfect. Alright guys, next thing we're going to do is we're going to push our cardboard up, or get another piece of cardboard, because we need to get a wire brush and we need to clean out the inside of here, because we don't want to make sure our brake pads aren't going up against anything grimy. That's like some people grimy. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, got another piece of cardboard under here. The reason why I'm doing that is because it's going to be a lot of dust going down. And what I'm going to do is just clean up inside. You can see over there how that's starting to come clean, and you can still see a lot of dirt on this side, because you want to make sure those brake pads slide good back and forth, because if they get stuck, you can step on the brakes, it'll come forward, get stuck, and when you go to release the brakes, it won't. It'll stay right there and constantly keep on brakes, and will heat this wheel up and will cause the shimmying, just like this car has already. So we're going to make sure we go in there and clean that up, all four sides, all inside there, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, what we're going to do, we're going to put these brakes together while it's out here, so you can actually see what the heck is going on, how this goes together. Now, you have your two old brake pads right here. You have anti-squeal shims. You do not have to remove those and put them on the new ones, because the new ones already got them. But what you do got to remove is the clip. You have a clip. This brake pad has a clip on this side, and this one over this side. Now pay attention, this one up here is the one going to be the inboard. What I mean by the inboard, when you got your caliper setting up here, there's a brake pad over here and a brake pad over here. This one over here is the inboard. That's inside the car. This one's outside the car. Inboard, outboard. This one's the inboard. So that one's going to be the one closest up to here that we're going to put in. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our pins and just set it right there. Set that one right there. Now let's transfer the clip from there to here. Now to take these clips off, on the other side, see how it's latched right there? You can probably take a hand and do it, or a screwdriver, and you just want to pop that up, pop it up, off, and it'll come right out of there. Grab the new one, that little hole right there. Twist to the side. Put it in there. Bring it up over here, and it latches right into place. That's it. This pad is ready to set in. So what we do, bring this pad in. You know what? This is ridiculous, man. This is. It's got this little. You gotta squeeze that in a little bit and make sure that it goes in there. I hate Duralast. Because see, that's going in there kind of tight, and that should not be that tight. You saw how easy it was to come out? This is why I hate Duralast brake pads, man. God, I hate these brake pads. I hate these brake pads with a passion. Sometimes, see guys, see what happened right here when Duralast breaks. They paint them, and when they paint these, you can see a overrun right there, right across there. So now what I gotta do is pop the clip back off and take a wire brush and clean that up so it can go in there. These are ridiculous, man. Let me pop this clip back off and get that done. I'll be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, what I did was take off the black paint, that coating they put right there on the contact points right there and right there, and then on the other side the same spot. And when I go to put one in there, that slides. Guys, you definitely want to get that. You put these in there with that, and these, as again, these brakes lock up, you in a world of trouble. Alright, so now we got the one with the spring on it now. Now, we set that down, and that spring, that gets a little tension, that little tension right there, holds the brake pad in place. Look at that. Lower that thing right down in there. What the heck?
Do you?
Yeah, let me do it. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. No, it's still. These things are still, man. Look at that. Look how tight that. Look at how tight that is, man. These are some crummy brake pads. Oh man. I mean, it's supposed to have a little tension, but maybe I gotta. You know what? Look at that. I should have. I gotta. No, that's just the part that's coming up. Did I miss some? I gotta put that down a little bit more. Let me see another one. Let me make sure. See, that one's good. And that spring's supposed to hold it in place, but not that much. I mean, this ain't supposed to. See, that's nasty. I hate.
All of them the same?
Yeah, they're the same. This is... Oh boy. Let me take this off a minute. It goes down in there, but now the spring is like it's not. I'm wondering, is that it's like how the indentation is right there? See what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if. I see it. The shim is going around, is hugging that part right there. So when this is on, this spring can't go all the way in there because the shim is stopping it.
So what do you do now?
Ah, this sucks. There is only actually one thing to do. Let me see how these shims come off. We gotta actually. Duralast sucks, man. I bet you know if we would have got this from Fisher. We didn't get this guy. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, before anybody says anything,
Yeah.
The customer got his own parts.
So what we gotta do is take theirs off and put the other ones on. Them off. Put those on. Make sure it's all good. It's all good. Let's put our clip back in. Look at that. Duralast. And guys, what people swear by Duralast and all that, and this is supposed to be Duralast Gold. Now, for all you who don't know, this is their top brand, ceramic brake pads or pipe. You gotta be kidding me, man. And we gotta do that. All right, so we lowered one in there. Bring our pin through, just like that. Now we're gonna get another one set up and pop this off, put that on there, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our other one ready, set up. And that one slides right in there. Hold that in place. Bring our pins forward. Now we got that clip. So we're gonna put our clip right there and bring one pin in. And then get it to go through just like that. And get our other one. This one I'm gonna have to snap that over into place. Bring this one forward. Bring that pin all the way through. And bring this brake pad up just a little bit. Then we're gonna turn our pins so we can see the holes in them. Let's back up just a little bit on this, just so we can get the clip hooked around there, wherever it's at. Here it is. Now, the clip goes around the pins. Or better yet, let's remember we gotta turn this a little bit more. Use more vice grips. Turn that clip a little bit more. Get that hole lined up. Push that in there. And if it goes in, go around. Wrap it around that pin. Okay. Then get the other one. Push that one in. Put it around the pin. Yeah, good thing we did do this out here. Heck of a lot easier. And there it is, lined up. The clip is into place. And we're ready to put, make sure this is all the way in. We're ready to put our caliper back on. But before I put my caliper on, I want to turn it over and make sure both brake pads are open. Just like that. So we got no problem sliding that caliper on. Get our two 17mm bolts and start them in by hand. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we got the bolts started. The next thing we're going to do, take our big bill ratchet with our 17mm, and I'm going to bring those bolts in all the way. Bring that one, then I'm going to go down to the bottom one. Tighten it up, and then I'm going to go with my 1/2" drive ratchet and seriously tighten it up. Great. Alright, let's get our 17mm on our 1/2" drive ratchet, tighten them up, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are ready to do our passenger side. But before we do our passenger side, up here we're going to check the Timmy towel. Pick it up. Oh great, fluid didn't even come out of there. So we're good. We're going to put that back in there. And now, we're going to put over here. We got this side done. So we're going to put the tire back on, and then we're going to jack up the right side. Alright? We'll meet you over to the other side. Be right back. Alright guys, we're on the right side. Now the right side is a little bit different because it has a wear sensor on it. And when this sensor gets down to the metal, touches the rotor, your light will come on. So first thing we got to do is we got a little clip right here. The harness is going into a clip. Just take your finger, push up on that clip a little bit, just pop that out. One over here, Pop that out. There's one over here, but you don't have to. The next thing we're gonna do this a little different. We're not gonna take the pins out from right here, right now. What we are gonna do, however, is see if we can get in there. Good. We're gonna take our 2 flat screwdrivers and we're gonna get those pistons pushed back now. And again, between the rotor and the brake pad. Push that one back. And let's see if we can get in there. Alright. Can you see it good in there?
Mm-hmm.
And in this one. And this one I'm going to try to stay to the sides. That harness right there to the wear sensor, I want to make sure I don't mess that up. So, there we go. Get in there. And push both sides all the way back till they stop. And once they stop, take it out. 17mm 1/2-inch drive just to get the 2 caliper bolts loose. And then we're gonna get our big bill ratchet and take them off. Be right back. All right, guys, we got the bottom one out. Now we got the top one. I'm holding on to the caliper so it don't drop. Okay. Take the caliper up. Swing it to the side just like that. So now we can see how those pins and everything go perfectly. All right. Next thing we're going to do, get our needle nose. Where is that? Can you see it right there? Or you need to bring them out here or something?
No, I can see.
All right. Get our needle nose. Take the pins. Pop them out. Okay. Get that around. Get that around. Take the tip of the needle nose. Push in on the pins. So you can definitely get it from around there. And that's it for that. Now we can actually take our... Now another way of getting these pins out is take a needle nose or something. And you're going to twist it and work its way out. Alright, so let's get both of the pins out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we do, we can take our brake pads out of here. The old ones. This is the outboard. So we're going to set that down for the outboard. And the inboard, be careful, it's got the sensor on there. Take it out. I'm going to turn it around. And the wear sensor is right there, but it's held in place by this little bitty clip right there. So you want to get you a little small screwdriver and just pop that little clip up. Make sure you don't pop this thing out of the way. There we go. Pop it up. Put it to the side. And the wear sensor will slide right out of the slot. And let's turn it on the other side because there's a little part that protrudes out of the sensor. You want to make sure that part is facing on the pad side. It looks like you look very close to that, wearing down there too. If your sensor wear down, this part is going to be, you're going to see two metal points right there. Then you got to replace that sensor. But this one is still good. All right, let's get our new, well actually what we're going to do now guys is just like the other side with our new brake pads. Okay, so now I know what I got to do is take off the shims that come with the Duralast brand, and I'm actually put probably some different gloves on and transfer those anti-shims over to here and the clips. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I did the inboard, and just in case you forgot, I'm going to show you the outboard. Already popped off the other anti-shim. What we're going to do is these just pop right off. There's 2 of them. Pop them right off. Start from the bottom, hook it up, and make sure they're lined up, and they pop right into place. Good. Set it down. The next thing is the clip. The clip, this part right here, just pops outward. Outward and down. Just like that. Keep it in place. Grab the new one. The new pad, bring it up. Then pop it right into place. Alright, now we're ready to put these back in. We'll be right back. Alright guys, took the wire brush, clean up both sides of the caliper, clean up our pins. Let's start our pins in there. Take our inboard brake pad, bring it down.
Don't you have to put the sensor on it?
She wait good. She wait good till I get that brake pad down.
I could have waited till you finished the whole job.
Then she say, "Don't you gotta put that sensor on there?" Damn it! All right, let's take this brake pad back out. Got the grooves on the sensor. Let's set that into place just like that. Turn it around. Take our clip. Trying to do this so they can. Yeah, I'm trying to do this so they can see it. Put the clip on, and it's gonna lock that right into place, just like that. Turn it back around. Now, make sure that thing is pushed down. Get our brake pad down in there. Bring our pins in just enough to hold it into place. And you know, guys, I might try something different here. Nah, I better not. Let's get this over there like that. Actually, I think I can just be able to clip that onto the side. You know what? I'm gonna leave that out for now. Let's get our outboard pad. Lower that down into the caliper. Push our pin in. Push this one in. Alright, and what I'm going to do is turn the holes so they're facing like this. Then get our clip. Come around. Let's get this one lined up first. Push that into there. And on the back side, back my pin up a little bit. Get it hooked up around that pin. Alright, now go to this side. This side we're gonna have to turn the pin just a little bit. Get that one into there. Go over here. We'll push our pin back a little bit to get that. Oh, this one came off. Okay, both of them is in. Push that down. That is now in. Now, the clip, what I was trying to figure here, let me see if I can hook up. It looks like I can hook up one side, hook that over there, get that in, and if I can just pick this up and just squeeze this part down. Look at that. Got it right in there. Perfect. Alright, just like the other side, turn it over. Make sure our brake pads is up against the caliper. Perfect. Bring it down. Oh, no. Whoa. We gotta get our two 13mm bolts so we can change this rotor. I was ready to finish it up. So let's get our bolts, pop this rotor off. We already know how to do that. And then we get the new rotor. We're right back. Alright guys, we got our rotor on And I noticed the old rotor didn't have that little plug on that one, so I guess we won't be putting that one back. Now let's take our caliper and slowly put that on. Get one of our 17mm bolts. Get it lined up. Turn the bolt in by hand by a few threads just so you know it's not being cross-threaded. Let's get the other one in. And then we're gonna tighten these up. We'll be right back. Alright guys, I just finished tightening up the two 17mm bolts with my big bill ratchet. But you gotta remember, these things are tight. So make sure you definitely go over it with your 1/2-inch drive. Alright, I gotta get the bottom one. Okay. Next, put our harness into the grommets, into the clips. 1, 2. And this is a good time to make sure, because sometimes you're leaning on things and you got this backing plate right here, and sometimes you might bend it up into the rotor. So you just want to just go around, just push it back, just in case it is. Alright, let's get this tire back on and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're up to the front. Let's take out our Timmy towel. Everything is good. Brake fluid went back up to the level where it's supposed to be. It's full. Let's close off our cap. Now this part is very important. Before you get in and drive this car, you definitely got to pump the brake pedal up. Let me show you what that means. Because when you step on the brake pedal, we push those pistons back on the caliper. When you step on the brakes, those pistons are going to start coming back out. So right now, if you go step on the brakes, those pistons are going to start coming out, and this pedal is going to go way down to the floor. So what you got to do is sit there and pump the brake pedal to get them good. There we go. And now you're able to drive the car.